as well as Southern University. We are back for 2022. Hard to say that. 2022. I thought that'd be spaceships and what have you. I know you've got one somewhere.
I don't know, but I made it.
We are here at TJ Ribs in Baton Rouge and Acadian at I-10. Yes, it's another edition of the Overtime Show with Athletic Director Roman Banks. A closer look at Jaguar Athletics. I'm Chris Powers. Good to have you here. Got so much positive vibes going on right now. We're going to be talking about all throughout the show, including the basketball. Men and women's basketball right now starts the season at 4-0. Give it up, Jaguar Nation. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, no question. You know, very excited about their start. We anticipated coming to the year that we'll have a good season, and obviously we got Grambling on the road this Saturday. That's going to be a big contest for us. Anytime you can come out the gates winning your first two home games, traditionally the Texas schools come in, and we're fortunate we was able to go on the road and get two games there, and both programs are playing very, very well and coached up very well, and so we're excited about that. This Grambling weekend is going to be a good weekend for us, and I know that we have a bunch of fans planning on traveling to Grambling. I know the Six-Man Club have a fan bus going, so you might want to be on the lookout for that on social media, and you can call our ticket office to get more information. But we want to make sure that we go to Grambling and take a large group and show out there and help cheer our women and men to victory.
No question about that. The last time the men started out this good was 2013-2014 season. They started out 5-0. Help me with the coach, the head coach at that time. I can't. Oh, it was you, Coach Banks was head coach.
Yeah, that seemed like that's been a long time ago. So, but that time moves very fast. But we're very excited about the job that Coach Woods doing with our basketball program, and we have one of the best win-loss records coming into conference play, and so we've been able to go out there and beat people like Tulane and get some really good quality wins, Kent State and a couple other universities. And so we played a lot of universities close. And the thing about it, I think at our latest program, Coach Funches, who's coming off a couple of years ago, Coach of the Year, and made a run in the conference tournament last year. He's consistently done a great job with our women's program. And so I'm excited about where we are for both programs. And I'm just hoping and wishing that they keep on winning and he surpass whatever my staff and whatever we done. So that means that we on our way.
That's it. And how crazy is this? The last time the Lady Jags started out 4-0 was back in 2013, 2014. They went 8-0 that season. So like you said, usually whether, Southern women or men can have a good season, usually you split maybe for that Texas two-step with Prairie View or, of course, Texas Southern on the road. But again, the last time both teams started out this record at 4-0 back in 2013 and 2014. Well, I tell you what, we've got all kind of stuff going on. Of course, right now the bowling is over in Dallas, Texas, and they're getting ready for the SWAC Roundup. It's in Arlington, Texas right now, and that starts tomorrow.
Yeah, so, we can't continue to talk enough about Coach Dahl and what he's doing for that program. I actually think that's probably one of our most improved programs. He basically, his first year taking over, been able to move that program forward. Once again, we've been able to knock out some pretty ranked teams that we haven't done that before. And so, and our program is still a new program in a sense. And so I'm happy and excited about the direction that we're going in. I just think that we'll be on a championship run for bowling as well.
No question about that. And if you get an opportunity, Jaguar Nation, you always show up big for basketball and football and baseball as well. Get an opportunity to support the bowling team on January 21st through the 23rd. Southern will have the Queens Tournament. It'll be at All-Star Lanes right here in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, so that'll be the inaugural. This is our first time hosting that tournament under his leadership. He kind of changed some things up. And so I'm asking, all our fans to really come out and support that tournament. We go other places, and bowling pretty popular in some areas, and And it makes a difference when you're at home and you have fans cheering for you. So we've been successful on the road, but let's come home. And for most of all of us, that'll be a first time going to a home match in bowling. And I think if you go there, you'll see that it's pretty exciting. And this is a skillful sport. Mm-hmm. And so I urge everyone to go out and support that tournament.
No question about that. And then we're speaking of basketball, as you mentioned, this weekend at Grambling State. Next Saturday, we're going to host UAPB. And then on Monday, it'll be Mississippi Valley State over at F.G. Clark Activity Center for some big basketball action.
Yeah, so we looking forward for our student athletes to come back home. This will be their third game after Saturday being on the road, and we want to go win all games, but even if we come back and we have lost one game, we're still in a run for a championship. The most important part will be coming back, taking care of home court advantage at that time, and so we want to win our game, but we want to make sure when our student athletes come back home that we packed the F.G. Clark Activity Center, the Mini Dome. And there are a lot of things that we have going on as it relates to, I think that's First Responders Night. I think they bring their ID. They're able to get in for free. Kids under 7 get in for free. So you can follow us on our social media page and also on our website, gojazsports.com. And you can see that we have a lot of things going on. Our students will be back on campus, and so I'm looking for to pack that place to have 5,000 plus people. So I need everybody to bring somebody so we can make sure that we are in that building, that is loud, and that we create that home court advantage.
No question about that. And of course, we see a lot of people that are at tables right now eating and drinking and what have you. You've got those QR codes that you've got right there on your table, and if you scan that, you have an opportunity to get involved in a very neat project. It's called the Gold Helmet Standard, and here it is right here, that gold helmet in front of us right here. And tell us about that, because people are buying that, and it supports the football team and the athletic program.
Yeah, so that's a fundraiser, and obviously, our new coach come in giving us instructions, so we're gonna wear 2 colors this year. We're gonna have our white standard and our gold standard. And so we're on a fundraiser campaign, and so we're asking that you go and purchase this helmet. And when you purchase this helmet, we send you a replica helmet back. It's a small statue of this that you can sit on your counter at home or your office desk or whatever you want to do with it. We mail it out to you in return, but we're asking for everybody to engage in that initiative, and we're pretty excited about bringing these gold helmets back.
My head, your head. See the difference? I mean, they could never fit me. The equipment people would never fit me with a helmet. They always had to order a different helmet. My helmet to your helmet.
I'm sure Derek he can figure it out.
Yeah, he can find anything. He can do anything.
Derek, 30 plus years, so he figured out everything for us.
Yes, indeed.
Just call Derek.
Just give me the old leather helmet, I guess, the stuff like that. Well, we've got very exciting news. Of course, Coach Dooley is coming up here. We're going to also have the mayor of East Baton Rouge Parish right here, the mayor-president of East Baton Rouge Parish. Sharon Weston Broom is going to be here in the house.
Yeah, one of my favorite people. Whenever we call on her, she certainly show up, and she's one of our biggest fans. And certainly we like to applaud all the efforts that she's been doing through this pandemic, and it's been a lot going on her plate, and she's still been able to come out and share with us. And so from my voice to everyone in this city, I'm sure that we appreciate her for doing what she do and always supporting Jaguar athletics. So I'm very excited about having her here.
No doubt about that. Her re-election left everybody else in the dust. You talk about that's what Southern pride is right there, right?
Yeah, so no question, your work speaks for yourself.
That's it. That's it. It's proof's in the pudding. All right, when we come back, we've got the brand new head football coach of Southern University, of course, a man who we're all familiar with. He's back home, but he's as the new head coach of Southern University, Eric Dooley. We'll talk to him when we come back right here. We're at TJ Ribs. Come on out and get you some. We like to thank our sponsors for the show, Louisiana Lottery and the Lieutenant Governor's Office of Tourism. Feed Your Soul. They sponsor this show here today, so we want you to come on by, get you some delicious ribs or whatever you want right here at TJ Ribs on Acadian and I-10. Back with more after this timeout. It's Overtime Series with Athletic Director Roman Banks.
The first one of the New Year's.
Jaguar Athletics right here on Pelican Sports TV.
Let's go, Jags.
That's right.
Are you interested in a college major with numerous career opportunities? Look no further than the Southern University College of Agricultural, Family, and Consumer Sciences. Agriculture is more than working on a farm. Our students are gaining hands-on experience and conducting cutting-edge research in the areas of agricultural sciences, family and consumer sciences, and urban forestry and natural resources. Our students also participate in internships and travel to national conferences. Our student organizations include students from diverse backgrounds with close bonds. These organizations provide our students with leadership and personal development skills needed to help them gain employment with top industry leaders. If you're not sure what you want to major in at Southern University, I encourage you to try Ag. For more information about the College of Agricultural, Family, and Consumer Sciences, visit our website at www.suagcenter.com or call 225-771-2242.
We're a nation of hardworking Americans, and businesses will always be the lifeline of this great country. As a business owner, you understand the importance of your reputation. In times of uncertainty, you need a real lawyer who's serious about protecting you and your business. You need a problem solver. You need the law firm of Clayton and Rouge. Tony Clayton is a proven trial lawyer. He'll defend you and your business to the fullest extent of the law. Protect your investment and call the law firm of Clayton and Rouge today.
It's game day. A day that should be spent in the living room, not the kitchen. So next game, you just worry about the score. Because we've got the food covered. With hand-battered, cooked-to-order, always fresh, never-ever frozen chicken fingers. Craveable cane sauce. Crispy crinkle-cut fries, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Official chicken of Southern University.
Hey y'all, I'm Amanda Shaw. We all know Louisiana is as fun as all get out. So get out, take a road trip, and explore our state. Fill her up, then try a new restaurant that's as fun-loving as it is food-loving. Grab the family and take off for monumental adventures at our 21 state parks. Or take a magical minivan tour along our 19 scenic trails and byways. Louisiana's a trip. Take one today.
This is Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser. Plan your road trip at LouisianaIsATrip.com.
Look out, Louisiana. Here comes the excitement of an instant game with the thrill of a growing cash jackpot. Play Louisiana Jackpot, the exciting new fast play game from the lottery. Jackpot keeps rolling until it's won. Play $2, $5, and $10. Play Louisiana Jackpot from the lottery for your chance to win big. And don't forget to pick up beads and bucks and nines in a line today. Fast play, fun in a flash.
All right, welcome back here to TJ Ribs right here on the K-10. It's overtime series with Athletic Director Roman Banks, a closer look at Jaguar athletics. And joining me right here is the man, Jaguar Nation, give it up for the brand new head coach of Southern University, Eric Dooley. Good to have you, Coach.
Good to be here.
Little did I know when I congratulated you after the Prairie View game, you came in here to A.W. Mumford Stadium. I saw you by the bus. I congratulated you for a great team win. And you'd be the head coach here at Southern University now.
Well, you know, I never dreamed it myself, but dreams does come through, and I'm very pleased and excited to be here. The thing that I keep be reminded of, maybe about a month ago, my dad passed away.
Oh.
And he was like 92 years old, but that was his last saying, that he would tell my daughters all the time, you're going to be the head coach at Southern University. For to see that come through, I know that he's smiling.
No question, and God bless your family. I know what you're going through. I know what you're going through big time. My dad passed away exactly a month ago as well, this Saturday. So it definitely brings the family closer and what have you. When did you dream that one day, before that happened, when did you dream that, hey, one day I want to come back to Baton Rouge and to be in Louisiana near my hometown of New Orleans?
Well, you know, I always knew that I would come back, but I thought I would be coming back to retire. I never thought that I would be coming back as the Southern University head coach, but, you know, had an opportunity to work up under Coach Richardson. I just never seen him not being the head coach of Southern University. And when that started looking like it was going to come in my favor, my family and my wife and I, we were very pleased and excited to have that happen for us.
What was your reaction when Coach Banks called and said, "You are the new head coach of Southern University"?
I say without a question that I'm taking it. It was nothing that I had to go back. I did speak to some guys on advice. Coach Richardson and I always talk. A lot of guys don't know, maybe before our season even starts, I always go and have lunch with him to get some advice. Why not? You talk about a guy that won so many games and so many championships. Why wouldn't you consult with him? And he told me some positive things. He said, it's about family. Talk it over with your wife. And it was a no-brainer for my wife. She was ready to get back closer to New Orleans.
What was the first thing you did as Jaguars coach?
Smile.
I like that. So when I scouted your team before Prairie View A&M came into Southern University to play, I looked at the most all-around football team in the SWAC. You were in the top 5 category in every stat: points per ball game, defense and allowing points, also offensive yards, defensive yards. You're not giving up a lot of points and a lot of yardage. So you were in the top 5 in every category, and I looked at that. That was the most overall SWAC team in the conference. So my question comes to you is, what can we expect at Southern University when we have an all-around stats like that? I'm sure that's going to be coming here to Southern University as well.
Absolutely. I give credit to my staff that some of them are here right now. They did a great job. We went out and recruited some guys that we felt that would fit within our system. And then those guys was able to coach them up. So, that's the same thing down here. Southern University always get great athletes. They got great athletes in the state of Louisiana, but we're not going to just stop here in Louisiana. We feel that we can go anywhere and recruit guys to come to Southern University. So you can see some of the same things that's going to take place. I look for better. I think we can get some better athletes.
So what influence does Coach Pete Richardson have on you now and has had on you? My question is, too, can you run as fast as Coach Pete? Because one of my first assignments on the sideline when I was doing the broadcasting, the Jackson State game, I know you remember that, and we got messed over at the very end. Coach ran from one side of the field to the other side of the field. I barely kept up with the guy. That guy could still run. Can you run as fast as him?
I remember like it was yesterday that the referees couldn't get out of the way. But, no, I don't think I can run as fast as he could right there. He had something on his mind. But just to have the opportunity now to be this close to Coach Richardson, it speaks volumes to the things that I would be able to sit down and talk with him. I believe when you don't know something, you got to ask questions.
Have you had time to assess the football team right now?
I assessed the football team before I got here.
Wow. That's pretty impressive. To know what areas that we have to recruit in and what areas that you have to go in, that's pretty impressive.
Absolutely. I think you got to know what you're getting into and be excited about what you're going to do. You got to have a plan. I think if you don't have a plan, you can't be successful. So, as coming in, I guess it did give me an advantage, too, having an opportunity to play against Southern University. So we did scout the guys, and being a head coach at that time, I was able to see the whole team. But I knew what was needed here. I've always looked at Southern University, regardless of where I was at, as a team that I would pay attention to, always hope the best for them. So I kind of knew what was needed when we got here.
Now you've got the good and the bad. You've got the transfer portal, and you've got early signing period now. It could be bad or it could be good for the team and for all teams in college football. So my question is, will you use the transfer portal to get other players in here besides bringing them in and recruiting?
I think you have no choice right now. When I take a look at what teams are doing within our conference, I think it's a very, very competitive conference. So right now, to be able to compete, you're going to have to go out and get some older guys. But I do love going into the high school and getting younger guys to develop those guys.
Now you've been an assistant Southern University, been assistant for Grambling. Now you're going to be the head coach in the Bayou Classic, the Granddaddy of them all in the Superdome next Thanksgiving. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I won't think that far as always the next game, and I think the most important game is going to be that very first game coming out of the gate here at Mumford Stadium, knowing that it's something dealing with Coach Richardson. I think is going to be special. But, of course, in the back of your mind, you know that if you play at Southern University, you got to think of the Bayou Classic. And I think I can't wait till that time come, but we'll take it one game at a time.
It's the biggest recruiting tool that there is because it's on national TV. I remember there was a Texas running back years ago during the Coach Pete Richardson era, and I forgot the guy's name, but he was a Texas running back, and he said that when he saw the Bayou Classic the very next year, I know where I'm transferring. I'm going to Southern University.
Yes, that was Victor Ike. Victor Ike said it so well that that Bayou Classic draws a lot of individuals, but it also changed addresses.
No doubt about that. It took me a while to get that, and the coaches got it though. All the coaches over there, and in fact, one may be swallowing his wing right now. They got that. Is your staff complete right now?
Yes, it is. It is complete, but just unfortunate right now. Just can release some of the individuals, some things we have to go through, some challenges we need to go through to make sure. But the staff is completed, and I feel real comfortable with the guys that we have coming in.
Are you a fan of the early recruiting in February, or in December? Would you like to move it back to February? I think that messed up a lot of college football. A lot of people got upset with Kelly for going to LSU when he did, but you got to go because of the of the early signing period. Same thing with you in that situation. You can't really mess around because of the early signing period that they have in December. What, are you going to wait till after the signing period? So I think me personally, would like to see that move back. What are your feelings on that?
I would love to see it move back as well, but not only just the transfer portal. You got to understand that you have to get there in time because you got to take care of your team too. That's the biggest recruiting tool to keep the team that you have right now, because the transfer portal is like free agency to me. So you got to get in place to maybe meet with your team that you're going to have to make sure that those young men are going to come back, the guys that you're looking for to help you be successful. But I do wish that it go back just to February.
Yeah, no question about that. All right, we're going to have more with Coach Dooley coming up here, and later on in the show, Coach Banks will come back with us as well. We've got season tickets, I think, to give away here tonight, too. We're going to do that. Of course, enjoy some delicious ribs and what have you. And coming up next, we're going to have the mayor of East Baton Rouge, the mayor-president of East Baton Rouge Parish, Sharon Weston Broom, is going to be with us right here as we talk with her about the state of Baton Rouge and a whole lot more. As when we come back right here from TJ Ribs, it's overtime with Athletic Director Roman Banks. A closer look at Jaguar Athletics. We'll be back right after this on Pelican Sports TV.
Care South offers a wide range of comprehensive medical, behavioral health, and dental services. On behalf of the staff and board of directors, we want to thank the Parish of Ascension, East Baton Rouge, and Iberville for allowing us to serve you. Come out to any of our locations where family is serving families.
Men can be hard-headed and put off seeing the doctor, which puts you at a greater risk for a wide range of healthcare issues.
Need a doctor? Call Our Lady of the Lake Physician Group today.
Go see the doctor. Don't pass on your health.
Preparing a meal, it's a lot like preparing for a game. It involves hard work, the right plan, and attention to detail. Great food, that's our passion. A taste of Louisiana, handcrafted from scratch. Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Home, away, any game day. At Walk-Ons, we'll help you do game day right.
Competition for this house is fierce.
Relax. You got a team to help you out. Huddle up. You have a home buying edge. A verified approval from Rocket Mortgage verifies your income, credit, and assets all up front, putting you ahead of regular pre-approval and letting sellers know you're serious.
Let's do this.
Put it in.
When you need a competitive edge in a crowded market, Rocket can.
Hey y'all, I'm Amanda Shaw. We all know Louisiana is as fun as all get out. So get out, take a road trip, and explore our state. Fill her up, then try a new restaurant that's as fun-loving as it is food-loving. Grab the family and take off for monumental adventures at our 21 state parks. Or take a magical minivan tour along our 19 scenic trails and byways. Louisiana's a trip. Take one today.
This is Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser. Plan your road trip at LouisianaIsATrip.com.
Welcome back, everybody. It's overtime with Athletic Director Roman Banks. A closer look at Jaguar Athletics right here from TJ Ribs, right here on Acadian and I-10. Come get you some delicious ribs, whatever you want. We've got Mayor Sharon Weston Broom joining us right now, and I always came here for the ribs. I didn't know they had delicious seafood and red beans and rice and gumbo and stuff like that. This restaurant is unbelievable.
They have a variety, and they're a staple here in Baton Rouge, part of the fabric of our community.
No question about that. Well, we get 2 new coaches to coach our colleges here in Baton Rouge. Of course, Kelly over at LSU and Coach Dooley right here at Southern University. What are your thoughts about Coach Dooley coming to Baton Rouge?
I am super excited about Coach Dooley, and I heard his first press conference, and I was sold then. Right. I think he made the best decision of his life coming back to Southern University, and I think that things are looking up and everything's looking good for the next season.
Means you're not going to get any traffic tickets, so you're good.
Now, I didn't say that. We can't say that publicly,
Why is it so important for you to have the relationship and the partnership you do with Southern University?
Well, Baton Rouge is the greatest capital city among the 50 that you have. And we are so fortunate, so blessed that we have the Jaguar Nation on one end. Of course, we have another university, LSU, on the other end. But it's so important because Southern University has been a leader in terms of educating not only African Americans now, but a diverse population, not only here in our city and in our community, but abroad. And so we know that Southern University athletics is not only part of our recreation here in the city, but Southern University athletics is an economic driver for our city and for our parish. And when we talk about the economy, we can't leave out the fact that part of our successful economy is because of the Jaguar Nation and their commitment. Just look at all the people out here tonight.
Right.
Infusing our economy right now.
That's right. And a lot of people said for so long of a time that LSU and Southern can't play against each other in football because it wouldn't be good for the hotel industry here in Baton Rouge. I beg to differ. I think Tiger Stadium is going to be packed to capacity, and I think that's going to be a fun time for Southern fans and LSU fans to play right there in Tiger Stadium.
Absolutely. I don't know where that rationale came from, but I think having both teams right here play is going to be epic for our city and the nation as well.
That's exactly right. All right, well, what is the state of Baton Rouge right now as we get ready for 2022?
Well, I just gave my State of the City address, I think it was last week, and we talked about our victories and we talked about our challenges. Any leader, whether it's my good friend, Coach Roman Banks as the athletic director or our new coach, we all have to assess and evaluate where we are and where we want to go. And so we have been fortunate against the backdrop of crisis after crisis. We're still in the midst of a pandemic. Right. And let me just encourage everybody, go get vaccinated. Yeah. So we're still against the backdrop of a pandemic that's a part of the residents of our community. We've had major weather events, unprecedented, floods, etc. But yet our economy has bounced back. We are thriving. We've got major industries coming to Baton Rouge like Amazon, which is going to provide thousands of jobs, many for graduates of Southern University. We've got tech companies like Rural Sourcing that just came to Baton Rouge because they said they love the diversity of Baton Rouge. And they're looking for individuals to hire. So I know we've got some folks from Southern University that perhaps will be working at Rural Sourcing. So while we certainly do have a lot of victories to celebrate, we constantly tackle the challenges like public safety. And so we've got new initiatives like our Safe, Hopeful, and Healthy Communities, where we're using a holistic approach, not only policing, but programs to help build a safe community here in Baton Rouge.
No question about that. Now let me ask you about this. Obviously, Mayor Cantrell just put the mask mandate back in the city of New Orleans. And you said right now we're not going to do that. What is the look at that when you decide that maybe if we have to bring it back or not? Mm-hmm. When do you look at that benchmark? It would be the hospitals?
Yeah, absolutely. I deal with medicine, the science, the healthcare professionals. They are the counselors that I talk to in making these decisions, as well as the data. That's very important. And so it's interesting that you would bring that up, because one of my late night meetings before I came here was with my team, and we are talking about our next steps. So as you recall, I recently said that a mask mandate is not off the table, but right now we in city parish government, we have instituted and implemented a mask mandate for all of our city parish buildings, which includes the River Center. You know, my hope, Chris, is that everyone would certainly take the personal responsibility of wearing a mask to protect each other, that we would get vaccinated, you know, that we would practice social distancing, because we do have a surge going on right now. And I know everybody wants to get ready for Mardi Gras, you know, and other holidays coming up. Well, in order for us to prepare for those holidays, we've got to get this surge down, because at the end of the day, you know, my heart's desire is to have a healthy community. I have to look out for the well-being of all of our citizens.
Now, speaking of Mayor Cantrell, I saw her and I saw you in Washington, D.C. when Biden signed that infrastructure bill. And besides, we know that the brand new bridge and the new Pacific River Bridge will be unbelievable for us. It'll ease traffic up on the I-10. Why was the infrastructure deal so big for the city of Baton Rouge and East Baton Rouge Parish, too, by the way?
Yeah, it was a real big deal, no pun intended, because first of all, we know that infrastructure is the heart and soul of communities. Now, we are fortunate here in Baton Rouge that we already passed one of the largest infrastructure bills in 2018, our MOVE EBR program, almost $1 billion program. And so now we can build roads, additional roads on top of the things that we're planning with our projects in MOVE EBR. We can also look at other areas of infrastructure. And this infrastructure package is so voluminous that it covers a lot of different territory. And once again, we're talking about a major economic infusion. I was fortunate to have a conversation not long ago with Mitch Landrieu. And, you know, Mitch is I'm going to call him the infrastructure czar right now over that. And so it looks extremely promising. Let me just say this. We are in an unprecedented season with financial resources, in that we have the ARP dollars that we've been able to infuse into different programs throughout our city. Now we have the infrastructure dollars coming, and I believe the best is yet to come.
I had a guy from Atlanta call me speaking about infrastructure. He was stuck in the Irwinville or the Marygoin exit, and he called me on the radio station. He said, is Baton Rouge this big of an economy to have this much traffic? What is going on with this? Actually, a lot of people don't understand that traffic hurts Baton Rouge with economy because of the fact that all that's stuck on the interstate. So how big is that bridge going to be when we finally get it to where it's going to be, probably somewhere in West Baton Rouge Parish, to where Baton Rouge, shockingly, is the only major city in the state of Louisiana that doesn't have a loop. Alexandria, Louisiana has a loop, for God's sakes. But finally, we may get a loop here in the Baton Rouge area. How big would that bridge be for Baton Rouge and the economy?
Well, it will certainly help relieve a lot of the congestion that exists, and you described it very accurately. It will certainly be transformative for all of our transportation. And I have said from the very beginning, people have said, well, do you want the bridge in Baton Rouge, or, you know, where? I just want it where it can make the biggest impact. Because listen, Baton Rouge is the hub of this region. And I like to look and work with our regional partners, our parish presidents across the region. And when we look at things from a regional approach, we certainly make a greater impact. So I don't know exactly where the bridge is going to be, but at the end of the day, it's going to benefit Baton Rouge.
No question about it. I had a guy call me about that and said, why don't we do the double structure like they do in San Francisco, the double-decker? A lot of people don't know in the state of Louisiana, the biggest fault in the state of Louisiana is I-10 corner in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. How crazy is that? So I don't envy your job, because y'all have to do all kind of different studies and what have you to make sure that it's not a sandwich of an earthquake would come in Baton Rouge, which, you know, we haven't had it, but
Absolutely.
My luck, I'd be on there when it happened.
No, we're not going to claim that.
All right. Thank you again for supporting Southern University and all what you do. Can't wait to see you in Tiger Stadium. Of course, when Southern plays against LSU next year and back at A.W. Mumford Stadium as well, we know you come to the Bluffs and North Baton Rouge and watch the Jaguars play there too.
Yeah, well, all I have to say is let's go Jaguar Nation. Let's do this year. And I have nothing but high hopes for the Jaguar Nation and all of the sports that Southern has to offer.
With your re-election, how you left everybody else in the dust, Coach may let you put some headphones on and call some plays.
You know, I don't mind calling some plays, but I need a little few instructions from him before I do that. I'm all about winning, and I think we've got a winning coach in Coach Dooley.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mayor, President of East Baton Rouge Parish, right here, Sharon Weston Broom. Give it up for Jaguar Nation. Thank you so much for being a part of Southern University. We'll be back. Coach Dooley will join us back here on set when we return right here in the beautiful TJ Ribs right here on Acadian at I-10 as we continue with Overtime Series with Athletic Director Roman Banks. A closer look at Jaguar Athletics back after this on Pelican Sports TV.
The birth of legends are storied in this conference. We must never forget our rich history. We now turn our gaze to the future. The new legends will emerge. New heroes to arise. The Southwestern Athletic Conference. Be our history.
Legendary Import Group. Exceptional service and a rare collection. You'll discover the only distinctive auto for the legend in you. We are legendary.
I am legendary.
I'm Team Legendary.
I am legendary.
I am legendary.
Now that's legendary.
Stop by Legendary Import Group today, where our team is honored to serve you. We are legendary.
Legendary Import Group, the only place for legendary care.
I can't imagine a day without music. You go downtown, you can find some music. You come uptown, you can find some music. Monday night, they got music. Every night of the week, there's music somewhere. Baton Rouge is a place where it's easy to make friends, it's easy to hear some music, and it's easy to come back. We got the music, we got the food, and we got good people. So with that combination, you can't lose, right? You ever come to Louisiana?
When the needs are evident, but the solutions are not, a well-calculated design steeped in hard-earned expertise is what we've built our reputation on. Go ahead, ask us to prove it, because we'd love to. Performance is what drives us. It's how we foster a culture of expertise and informs our approach to complicated challenges. CSRS defines our client relationships by how we perform and the chemistry we build together, with a comprehensive, masterful integration of engineering and development, program management and disaster recovery, and as client advisors and planners. After more than 4 decades of careful, strategic growth, we have refined our multidisciplinary approach to encompass a diverse collection of services designed to revolutionize what it means to build a better community. Our legacy is easy to see. It's found in our projects, our people, and it's evident in the places our work has touched. And we've resolved to prove this legacy every single time. We are accelerators, trusted facilitators of public and private sectors, the force that imagines, designs, and builds the bedrock to propel tomorrow's stronger, smarter communities. Because what we do isn't about buildings or developments or infrastructure. It's about ensuring that the parts which are fragile in the communities we call home are carefully considered and thoughtfully redesigned to be stronger and smarter for the benefit of tomorrow. The proof of who we are is all around us. So go on, ask us to prove it, because we're ready to. CSRS, building stronger, smarter communities together.
Back here to TJ Ribs on Acadian at I-10. It's the overtime series with Athletic Director Roman Banks. A closer look at Jaguar athletics. It's where we have an open mic right here. If you want to come ask Coach Dooley a question, you can come all the way around, come around the ropes right here and step up to the mic, and you can ask Coach Dooley any question you want. I see Reggie Flood is in the house. I know he had him on his radio program a few weeks ago. But anybody who wants to come up here and ask Coach a question, you definitely can. Coach, what can we expect offensively? You know, obviously with SWAC football, no huddle, very quick, fast-paced games. But they're also, as Southern University has shown in the last 2 seasons, you can be effective in running the football as well. They led the conference in rushing for both of those years. What do we expect from your style of offense?
Well, I think it's going to be balanced, but of course it's going to be a fast-paced offense that has been successful with the offense that we've been running. So it's going to be a fast-paced, no-huddle offense. That's the thing that's been instilled in me, and each year we've gotten better at it.
And, of course, you coach wide receivers here and what have you, running backs as well. It's important to have, no doubt, speed. You get a wide receiver that's got speed, but he's got to have great hands as well. Because if you don't have good hands, you got to be a DB now. Then you go back to a cornerback where you can't catch football.
Absolutely, but yes, we want to make sure we surround the team with a lot of speed, both offensively and defensively, and then that helps you out in the special team as well. You know, so often we talk about offense and defense, but I think it's you got to make sure you include the special teams as well, because it does play a big part in the game.
We did have some offensive line moving, and that's tough because of the fact that offensive line has been very big here. They had continuity and what have you, and I know that starts up front. I don't care what quarterback you've got, what running back you've got. If you don't have a good offensive line, your chance of being successful are pretty slim.
I do agree, and that's why we came here with the intentions of building the team inside out. And what I mean by that, on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively, with the O-line and the D-line. I think you have to make sure that you take care of the trenches so that you can be able to do the things that you want to do offensively and defensively.
Got a young man stepping up to the mic right now. Got a very nice jacket, my man. I like that jacket.
Thank you very much.
What's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Scott Hidden, a native of Tallulah, Louisiana, up in northeast Louisiana.
That's right. All right, go ahead. Your question for Coach Dooley.
Coach Dooley, well, you know, we know that you're a great offensive mind, but what do you say about the defense? Do you think this will be a very aggressive defense going forward? Do you look to keep some of the strategies that we've used beforehand, or how you plan to do it?
Well, it won't be some of the strategies that you guys used beforehand. It's going to be a new strategy. It's going to be something that we're going to implement. I think what our defensive coordinator brings to the table is going to be very exciting. It's going to be fast and physical.
All right.
Very good. Love to hear it.
Thank you, my man. All right, got a young lady walking up to the mic. Tell your name, where you're from.
Mary from Baton Rouge, and I want to ask Coach, all great football teams build by having a bond. I want to know, what are you going to do to help the boys bond and kind of like stick together so they can have a good,
I do agree. I agree with your question. I think you got to start off first by getting them all back on campus. You know, when you spread abroad, it's kind of hard to have that bond. But some things that we do during fall camp, some things that we do during the summertime. I know the one thing that I've always done during fall camp, we would visit 4 churches. And the reason why we want to go fellowship, because I want the young men to see where they want to fellowship at throughout the season. So that brings a bond. And then just some of the things that the way we carry ourselves throughout a practice. It's an open door policy, and they understand that it's more family oriented. So I look to build us as one. And it's tough to do, but we've been successful in doing that.
All right.
Thank you. All right, next question right here. Another young lady. Step up to the mic. What's your name? Where are you from?
How you doing? My name is Priest. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And this question for Coach Dooley is, how do you plan to get the team ready for the SWAC championship and the Celebration Bowl?
Wow.
That's a great question. First, we're going to get ready for that first game in September, and then we're going to take it one game at a time. But, that's always the goal. But we do want our guys just to go 1-0. If you can continue to go 1-0 each game, then those things are going to be there when you talk about the SWAC Championship and talk about Celebration Bowl. I do feel that we have a great opportunity to be in both.
Thank you for your question, Coach. And we talked about defense, and about what the defense was. You got to have speed on defense as well. No question about that. Defenses are now, they're harder to be able to handle that spread offense. And also with all the rules of lowering your head and the defensive player is the one that's taken out of the ball game. All of this is absolutely just tough for defenses now.
It is, and I think what helps out also with our team, they get a chance to go against the offense that's going to play fast every practice, regardless of what period we may be in. So when you actually get an opportunity to practice against that, then you can prepare for that in the game. I feel this is just my mindset. I don't think there would be a team that would run plays faster than we would.
Oh wow! And if you get that's what the National Football League teaches you. The tempo, even in practice, tempo, even in practice, you'll see that, and they bring that onto the game, and that's exactly true. And we talked about wide receivers being an important part, fast wide receivers. I think the second hardest position behind the quarterback to play is cornerback. DBs, because they have to backpedal for at least up to 10 yards and be able to turn, and when you turn, and if you're slow and you're turning the hips, you're going to lose a step and a half on that wide receiver. So obviously cornerbacks are going to be important as well.
It is, and we had an opportunity to go out and recruit a lot of cornerbacks because we feel that's what was needed. But every period for us is tempo, so they will be accustomed to that and used to what we want to do, the speed of it. But each defense that we have would be fast and physical. We want to recruit guys that can play our style of defense, and that's going to be fast and physical. When I was here, Coach Richardson had the Dog Day D, and I remember that oh so well. So we got some guys on our defensive staff that I feel are going to bring us back to that same type of defense.
Last question I have for you. I know you're huge in faith. You talked about that just a moment ago as well. How important is that for you to be as big as you are in faith? Denise has always talked about that as well. She's known you from the church and what have you. But what you're doing is you're not just growing football players, you're growing young boys into men, and where they can be a good father, a good parent, a good grandparent, and what have you, a good person in the community. So how is your faith so big in what you do and your coaching style?
Well, because I don't take it lightly. I think those 100 yards is my ministry. I say the 100 yards of ministry for me, I think is very important. And a lot of times young men don't get the opportunity to see young men see men do the things that they are doing. So of course it's tough for us because you got to walk that straight line if you want guys to follow you. So we want to build quality young men to be successful regardless of what they choose to go into.
And as big as faith as he is in soft-spoken guy, first time I met him before I ever did a game on the sideline, I'm watching him and what have you, and he's soft-spoken. I said, well, I guess he don't get on players or what have you. I've seen you on the sideline, man. You become a different guy on the sideline.
Well, you got to be able to change your mindset and your attitude. Once you're out here, you just got to show the professionalism regardless of where you are, but you got to get after it. We're gonna coach football. It's going to be tough love.
Because not only do you get after them when they do bad, but when they do good, you're one of the ones chest bumping them and all that stuff like that. So you look like one of the players doing that.
Used to. But I think it's exciting. The guys, they feed off of what you do. You want to get them to be able to believe in you. And I mean, it's not all the time about the talent. It's about having them to believe in themselves and want to run through that brick wall.
No question about that. Ladies and gentlemen, Jaguar Nation, the new head football coach of Southern University. We're so proud. We're so excited when I heard that he was the new head coach. All of our friend, not just my friend, everybody's friend. He's one of the great guys. He's going to be a great representative for Southern University. Coach Eric Dooley. Give it up for Eric Dooley, man.
Appreciate it.
Good to have you here, my friend. Good to have you back home. No question about that. Athletic Director Roman Banks joins us right back here as we continue with the Overtime Show with Athletic Director Roman Banks. A closer look at Jaguar Athletics from TJ Ribs. Back here in just a moment.
Men can be hard-headed and put off seeing the doctor, which puts you at greater risk for a wide range of healthcare issues.
Need a doctor? Call our Lady of the Lake Physician Group today.
Go see the doctor. Don't pass on your health.
Preparing a meal. It's a lot like preparing for a game. It involves hard work, the right plan, and attention to detail. Great food, that's our passion. A taste of Louisiana, handcrafted from scratch. Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Home, away, any game day. At Walk-Ons, we'll help you do game day right.
It's game day. A day that should be spent in the living room, not the kitchen. So next game, you just worry about the score. Because we've got the food covered. With hand-battered, cooked-to-order, always fresh, never ever frozen chicken fingers. Craveable cane sauce. Crispy crinkle-cut fries, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Official chicken of Southern University.
Look out, Louisiana. Here comes the excitement of an instant game with the thrill of a growing cash jackpot. Play Louisiana Jackpot, the exciting new fast play game from the lottery. Jackpot keeps rolling until it's won. Play $2, $5, and $10. Play Louisiana Jackpot from the lottery for your chance to win big. And don't forget to pick up beads and bucks and nines and a line today. Fast play, fun in a flash.
Competition for this house is fierce.
Relax. You got a team to help you out. Huddle up. You have a home buying edge. A verified approval from Rocket Mortgage verifies your income, credit, and assets all up front, putting you ahead of regular pre-approval and letting sellers know you're serious.
Let's do this.
Put it in.
When you need a competitive edge in a crowded market, Rocket can.
That duck is fired up.
We're a nation of hardworking Americans, and businesses will always be the lifeline of this great country. As a business owner, you understand the importance of your reputation. In times of uncertainty, you need a real lawyer who's serious about protecting you and your business. You need a problem solver. You need the law firm of Clayton and Rouge. Tony Clayton is a proven trial lawyer. He'll defend you and your business to the fullest extent of the law. Protect your investment and call the law firm of Clayton and Rouge today.
Back here at TJ Ribs, right here on Acadian and I-10. We got the beautiful cheerleaders right here, the very athletic cheerleaders. They're right here in the house, and thank them so much for coming here every time. We want to remind you the next show that we've got, we're going to have Coach Tremaine White from track and field, also Coach Crenshaw. We're talking baseball. Baseball schedule was just released this week.
Yes, sir.
And we'll have new corporate partner, of course, State Senator Troy Brown from Home Care Personal Care will be here as well.
Yeah, Senator Troy Brown, one of our new corporate partners, stepped in right on time for us, and we really thank him. Chris, Coach Dooley in the house. Chris, I heard him talking about defensive backs paddling, the first 10 yards back and then turning the hips. He might want to, I think, send his resume in or something like that.
For Coach?
I'm listening to him, act like he got some knowledge, huh?
For Coach, yeah.
I reached over to one of the guys. I say, do he know what he's talking about? They say, nah.
I tell you what, I do know what I'm talking about with this. You want to hear this? How about this? A man who supports Southern University, Ernest Canty, and Coach Doyle just donated $10,000 to Southern University for the athletic program.
Yes.
That is, of course, for the big Jagathon that we've got coming up on March 25th. So you don't have to wait till March 25th. You can start the pledges right now.
Dawg, stand up, y'all. Give a round of applause right here, y'all. That's him right there. As y'all know,
always here.
That's Coach Dawg's wife, our bowling coach wife. They always here. I don't think they missed one. The last time they brought everybody for when the bowling was on. They packed the whole place and paid TJ Reels a whole lot of money. So we appreciate everything that you all do. So that's our Jagathon we're starting to take donations for our Jagathon, and she jumped right in there and wanted to do it early. And so we have a lot of information coming about the Jagathon.
No question about that. And that is going to be on all of our platforms. And by the way, too, Coach, very proud to have the Southern University YouTube channel on, being watched a lot by, several Jaguar nations all across the world, not just here in the state, the city of Baton Rouge, but also the world, watching the men and women's basketball, and now going to be all sports coming up here soon. That's pretty important.
Yeah, how about Southern Athletics having their own channel right now? So we continue to moving and changing the direction. That haven't happened in a long time. We've been after this for a long period of time. So whether you're on the East Coast or West Coast, it really doesn't matter. You can go to our channel. You can go to our social media and find us. You can go to our website and you can pay that small donation and watch all our sports that we'll be streaming live. And so we're very excited about that. So pass the word. We'll continue to move in the right direction. We're investing into the right technology that we haven't had in a long time. And so we're just excited about that right now. So our SID department, I really appreciate you all putting your heads together, and advancing that mission for us.
All right, and now we've got a gift to give away, and one of our lovely cheerleaders just picked a name, Carolyn Golden. Carolyn Golden, are you in the house still? Carolyn Golden, stand. Oh, there you are. Raise your hand.
Raise your hand.
Congratulations. You've got season tickets for Southern University men's and women's basketball.
Season tickets for basketball.
Yes, indeed. Congratulations.
See you in the house.
That's right. Congratulations.
So be mindful that our home contest, I think, is on the 22nd and 24th, and we're trying to get 5,000 people in there. So I need everybody to tell 10 people to come on out to our home contest when we come home after we beat that other school that we're going to this weekend, and so we can pat the minute on.
And by the way, too, the first 100 fans in the stadium will get a T-shirt from our friends at Care South Medical and Dental. So get your T-shirts and be the first 100 in the stands. Also, again, First Responders Night as well. Responders get in for free if you show your ID. And also, their family members get in for $5 a ticket as well. Plus, children under 7 get in for free.
Get in for free either night. So we're looking forward. We have no excuses. We're looking for people to come in and support our men and women basketball program.
I'll be 7 next month, so I qualify for the
You qualify for it. You coaching, you 7, you MCing, you doing it all for us, Chris. You the MVP.
Unbelievable. Of course, we like for you to join us right here. We've got some beautiful tables here for you and great food. Of course, TJ Ribs. Our next show is coming up again in 2 weeks from tonight. Come by and see the live taping, and of course, you can watch it back on Pelican Sports TV, which goes all across the state of Louisiana.
Yeah, and certainly, once again, we want to thank everyone, like you said, for coming out. And please stay tuned. We look forward to coming back in the next few weeks and revealing our football schedule, along with Coach Dooley coming back and introducing his staff. And right now, Chris not listening to me. He see that food coming up in front of us right now. And so stick with the script. Stick with the script. Come on, keep going.
and you got your gumbo coming up right there.
I got my gumbo coming up.
I'm going to stick to my ribs with potato salad and the good old baked beans right here. This is what you get right here at TJ Ribs. Unbelievable food. We invite you every single week. We'll see you back, of course, for the football, basketball games coming up in a couple of weeks.
We thank our mayor for being in the house,
That's
one of our number one supporters. We see everybody coming soon. Go Jag. Mr. James.